All right, good morning, Mr. Gomez.
Good morning, Judge.
So with us, you were on bond for a felony less than a gram case from October. In December, you pick up a weed case, and now you've picked up another weed case.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
You are now charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the
On December 20th, 2024, the officer observed the defendant's vehicle, a silver BMW, bearing the wrong license plate. The officer conducted a search and learned the license plate was registered to a Hyundai four-door with the expired registration of December 2022. The traffic stop was conducted, and the officer observed the driver throw a brown object out of the driver's side window and land on the road. The officer made contact with the defendant, the driver, and sole occupant, and observed a strong odor of marijuana and a green leafy substance residue on the front of the defendant's shirt, known to be marijuana based on training and experience. The defendant stated he removed plates from his mother's motor vehicle due to not properly registering his motor vehicle. The officer walked back to where the defendant threw the brown bag and located a large cigar containing marijuana. The weight of the marijuana was 2.5 grams.
I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case, Mr. Gomez. My question to you, what condition did we place on you before? We put a no driving affidavit on your prior case.
Yes, sir.
I'm now revoking the bond on that case, and I'm going to raise it up. I'm now finding this bond wholly insufficient, as well as you refuse to comply with bond conditions set with this court, and I'm finding that by clear and convincing evidence. As a result, I'm finding this bond wholly insufficient as well. We are now taking you into custody because of a felony warrant, but I'm now revoking the bond on your first case as well. Goes with you.
Your right hand? Okay, Judge, he won't swear in front of
Getting
you.
there. Yeah, I don't believe you got documentation of the United States at all. That shit there. I'm Islamic at all.
Well, you gotta
Sir?
Sir?
I don't swear. I'm gonna tell the truth though.
You can
I'll give
affirm.
you my word.
You
Yeah.
can affirm.
Yeah, affirm. It's swear or affirm, and you, that is your affirmation, correct, sir?
Yes, correct.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
4 cases are called. First of all, this is an indictment filed on October 18th of last year, which charges you with the second-degree felony of aggravated assault causing serious bodily injury. What are we going to do on all of these?
We got 6 years pen time, Judge. Thank you,
Let me
Judge.
go. What we're going to do on each one. Motion to revoke probation. We charged with burglary of a habitation, and then I guess it alleges, number 1 violation alleges you committed a crime of aggravated assault, which, what are we going to do with that motion to revoke?
6 years. Pleading true to all of them.
Okay.
Pleading true to 6 years on all of them.
Okay, all right.
And I think
He's
14
got
months on
an MTRP, motion to revoke probation in 21-37959, and another motion to revoke probation. Those are all going to be done the same way.
Should be 3 MTRPs. They're just,
When each motion to revoke probation alleges similarly, number 1, aggravated assault bodily injury, which is represented in this. All right, we'll start with the substantive offense cases. Does the defendant waive formal readings of the indictment and the motions to revoke probations in these other three cases? And can we proceed in summary?
Yes, sir.
In summary, May 20th, 2023 in Jefferson County, Texas, you committed the second-degree felony of aggravated assault causing serious bodily injury to the victim by striking the victim about the head with your hands. Do you understand what you're charged with here, sir?
Yes, sir.
This is a second-degree felony, which means if convicted, you face no less than 2 nor more than 20 years confinement in prison, and a fine up to $10,000 can be assessed. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
An agreement has been reached between your attorney, you, and the state. You would be pleading guilty. Write in the numerical 6 in there too. You would be pleading guilty sentenced to 6 years in prison to run concurrently with these other 3 motions to revoke probation cases. Is that your understanding?
Yes, sir.
If I follow this, you have no right of appeal of your case. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to this charge, sir? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Is a pre-sentence report waived on this?
Yes, sir.
What I'm going to do is make findings on this one, and then we'll go to the MTRPs together. On this case, if nothing further to add, I'm going to follow this agreement and find in this case you are pleading guilty today voluntarily. You will find you guilty of the 2nd-degree felony of aggravated assault causing serious bodily injury. And I'm following this agreement. You are hereby sentenced to confinement in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice to serve a term of 6 years. The judgment shall reflect an affirmative finding that a deadly weapon was used in the commission of this offense, namely your hands. Any a firearm or anything can be a deadly weapon if it causes serious bodily injury or death, which is what is alleged in this case.
Yes, sir.
Next, these 3, we'll take these together, if that's good with everybody. Where's the 21 are similar in that each of these are cases involving motions to revoke unadjudicated probation. And does the defendant waive formal readings of these? Can we proceed in summary?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to kind of take these together because they are similar in that the motions state that you, Marcus Lee Cole, on March 13th, 2023, in each case, you were placed on deferred or unadjudicated probation for 10 years and 3679 for the offense of burglary of a habitation. For 10 years deferred or unadjudicated probation, and for 5 years deferred or unadjudicated probation, and for the state jail felony of theft from person. Is all of that true, sir?
True.
Allegation 1 in each case alleges that you violated your probation by committing the offense of aggravated assault with bodily injury on or about May 20th, 2023 in Jefferson County, Texas, in violation of condition 1 of your deferred adjudication order. And that is the offense that you have just been pleaded guilty to and been sentenced to for 6 years in prison. Do you understand that allegation in each case?
Yes, sir.
Is that true or untrue?
True.
Your probations can now be revoked. You can be found guilty and sentenced up to the full range of punishments, which in 36779 is no less than 2 nor more than 20 years confinement in prison for the burglary of a 2nd-degree felony. The same range of punishment in 3 for robbery, and no less than 180 days nor more than 2 years confinement for the state jail in theft of person. Understand those are the punishment ranges in each case that you're looking at. And the court, you were subject to that, although there are plea agreements that have been reached where you would be, your probation would be revoked. You would be found guilty, sentenced to 6 years in prison. And Buddy's told me what the answer is in 40136, the state jail felony.
Oh, 14 months, I believe.
Yeah, 14 months. I apologize.
That's all.
Same way we
Why,
picked
throw a
12
dart at a
months. That way
board?
you pick a 13 months. Just pick 14 months.
Whatever is the census, all are going to run concurrent.
The
Sir,
time at Site P, would it be
Sir?
included? The time at Site P?
you're going to get credit for all time you have served in custody while you were pending a case,
Okay.
while a case was pending. She can figure it out, but the authorities actually, the executive branch of government, the jail figures that out, but we always check it and generally it's always accurate. The 2nd-degree felonies of burglary of a habitation and a robbery that you had been placed on deferred or unadjudicated probation. The court finds that you have pleaded true, voluntarily, knowingly, intelligently to allegation 1 of the motions to revoke probation. and that is enough to grant these motions by a preponderance of the evidence or greater, your deferred or unadjudicated probation is revoked in each of those cases. And I am following these agreements in 21-36779 and 37959, the burglary of a habitation and robbery cases. You are hereby found guilty beyond a reasonable doubt and sentenced in accordance with this plea agreement to confinement in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice to serve a term of 6 years, and felony of theft from person. Your probation is hereby revoked. You are hereby found guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of that state jail. You are hereby sentenced to confinement in the state jail for a term of 14 months. These sentences shall run concurrently. Do you understand, sir, what has happened today?
Yes, sir.
Anything else from the parties?
No, Your
All
Honor.
right, we are in recess on this case. Thank you.
Well, here's my thoughts, Mr. Mays. You're not going home today. That's not happening. You're not going to walk out of here today. There will not be another opportunity. But you will not get this opportunity again. Do you understand? One missed meeting. We're not going to do 2 or 3 missed meetings. We're not going to get to absconder status again. You miss a meeting, I want to hear about it in an administrative hearing. There's going to be a motion to revoke and you're going to go to jail.